then do the whole thing again, but I can't talk to you then.
Hello, Louisville. Guess who's coming to dinner?
Happy Monday and welcome to Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Tonight is very special. I've been hyping this up for weeks now because this is, I get to do something different and I get to acknowledge someone's work, and it's God's work. It's a God-given gift, one of my dear friends. But before I introduce our guest to you tonight, first let me talk about Joe. Y'all know Joe's over in Ukraine with his tough self now. Y'all can talk about Joe sleepy and make all those jokes, and some of those late night folks that make jokes about Joe need to hold up, because you could do a whole lot worse than Joe Biden, as we've seen before. So just do me a favor, back up off Joe, because Joe got more kahunas than most. Okay? Shades and all. That he goes secretly over to Ukraine to meet with the president. He ain't scared. Nothing and nobody. Then on his way to see Xi over in China. They need to sit down and have a talk about this balloon. It wasn't just a happening or geared off course. It was a spy balloon. So now it is, if it walks like a duck and it quacks, it's probably a duck. Okay, I can hear you, sir. So to move on into tonight's guest, my guest, I'd like to introduce to some and present to others. Emmy award-winning singer.
Hello, Louisville.
Oops, my thing hit the wrong thing. Let me start all over. Introduce to some, present to others, my girlfriend, singer, professor, lover of children, creator of technology. Her name would be Miss Bernadette Bascom. Welcome, my sister.
I'm so glad to be here with you, Jan. And I'm so proud of you, too. Oh girl.
Thank you,
the little
baby.
intellect is just sparkling all over the internet.
Well, I see people don't know all about who you are and what you do if they
I'm
don't
not a
have
big
conversations.
bragger.
They say, and I don't brag and boast about my
No,
singing, and I don't talk about, well, I'm very political. I can't help it, I'm a child of the civil rights movement.
but you're just intelligent.
Oh, well, thank you, darling.
Intelligent and well spoken.
Oh,
And that covers a multitude of sins. A lot of people can do a lot of things, but they can't describe or create a narrative about it that makes any sense. And I just in the few minutes I've been sitting here listening to you, I've always had respect for you, but my respect level went up like 90% because I recognize who you are too.
Oh, well, thank you, Bern. I want to give, I want to do like you. I want to give back. I want to be useful.
Yeah.
I want to have something to offer to my culture and my people. If it's information or a different way to look at things,
How
because
about
we
some
have,
positivity?
oh, absolutely,
We
because we
need
got a whole lot of
positivity
hate
in our
happening.
world now.
Got a lot of hate happening,
Yeah, yeah,
and a whole lot of haters.
yeah. But I think they always existed. They're just more vocal with it now
Yeah.
because I call him T Rump, gave his
He bumps.
people gave
The
his
he
people
bumps.
the go ahead
Uh-huh.
to show out.
Right.
I think it's always been there. And our Martin Luther King knew that. My daddy knew that. My daddy was a friend of Martin Luther King's and marched with Martin Luther King.
Okay.
My daddy was the first Black African American fire commissioner of Baltimore City.
Okay.
And Nancy
That's right, because you're
Pelosi,
from Baltimore,
ye-
right?
yes,
Okay.
from Be More Careful. That's what we call it.
Oh, hush up, child. What you say? Be more careful.
Okay, but Nancy Pelosi's dad and brother were the mayors of Baltimore, Maryland, and Mayor Tommy D'Alessandro and the father nominated my father
Okay.
to be the commissioner of the Baltimore City Fire Department. He has a fire station named after him.
Oh,
And
wow.
Nancy Pelosi actually took his name to the congressional floor, and it's in the congressional record.
Oh,
And she talked about my dad. So I've watched people ride by and throw bricks through our windows. I've watched my dad and Spiro Agnew used to tussle,
what?
literally. My dad is in Spiro Agnew's book. He couldn't stand my dad.
Oh, wow. Spiro Agnew. Boy, I
Yeah,
ain't heard
remember
that
him?
name in a while.
Yeah. But that's when all the riots were going
Right.
on, and black people had to stand up and hold their people back because they wanted to kill us and shoot us and run them tanks over us anyway.
Still want to do the same thing.
And that's what this is all about.
Yeah. Still want to do the same thing. Didn't get it done the first time. Seeing if they can find a way to legitimately do it now. Ain't happening.
It's not happening.
It ain't happening. And they say, they don't want to teach our kids critical race theory. They try to make that a misnomer, that something's negative about that. But see, the whole point of it all is it happened.
And they're embarrassed.
You can't take it away. It happened. All of it happened.
And they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
They're ashamed.
Yeah.
But the fact is, they did it willingly and for a long time.
Yeah.
And that is still in their DNA.
Right.
Take
and
advantage
under the guise of being Christians and evangelists.
Yeah, right. Jesus would die again,
us Christianity, Janet. as we're saying, yes, Massa. They're gonna teach us Christianity.
I know Massa coming out my mouth.
Oh, look, let me go to the just like what is that on your desk? What is that?
This is an Emmy Award.
Tell me about it.
This Emmy Award was given because of a documentary that you can find on YouTube.
Okay.
It's called Bernadette's Touch. And this won an Emmy Award for that documentary back when I first started teaching kids with disabilities. And the story is beautiful.
Okay.
Obviously, it won an Emmy Award.
Absolutely.
And the producer, Mr. John Sharifi, and telephotojournalist Douglas Burgess worked so hard on this. I mean, worked so hard on the story, and they went and interviewed the parents, and you'll see, it's called Bernadette's Touch.
Okay, I got it down here, and I will be able to look. I'm launching my website within the next week, so I will put your information on my website as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's what we do. We girlfriends.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about Bernadette and Microsoft and all your babies.
First of all, if y'all don't believe in God, I don't know why.
But let me ask you this, Bern. Can I show the clip that you sent me first, and then we can expound on that?
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
That's called receipts.
Yes, girlfriend definitely has receipts. Okay, let me do this. This might take a minute.
It's good.
So, okay, and then I got to go up here and
this is the Microsoft publicity trailer for the app.
Okay.
He was in Vancouver performing at the Queen Victoria Theater with Shaka Khan. And I told the band, I said, you guys, I'm friends with Stevie Wonder. Come go with me. And they were like, yeah, right. I had a mother basically grab my wrist when I was walking through a nightclub, trying not to be seen till time to go on stage. And she grabbed my wrist and she said, "Had you ever thought about teaching young people with disabilities?" And I said, "No, I hadn't." I said, "But I'd be honored to try." And the next Saturday, we were at a place called the North Shore Senior Center, where they hosted a group of young people with disabilities called the Wranglers. And at first, I thought it was just going to be a fun thing, just something to be able to do with them on Saturdays. But then I started noticing them not only coming out of their shell as personalities, but of them trying to talk to me, trying to say the words in the song. So that's how this began. And as the kids started learning how to say other people's words, they started learning how to say their own words. And I'm not saying they're orators, but they can say, "I love you." They can say the things that families need to be able to say to each other and parents need to hear.
Mhm.
I had one father just cry because his daughter came in the kitchen while he was working on his computer and said, "So, Dad, how's your day?" And if you do and you're satisfied, it can be pretty, it can be well done, but if it doesn't teach, I don't want to do it. And so I think as we've gone along, we've been able to partner so beautifully. And the fact that they would create a moment where people like me that have good hearts, that they create a time that we can come and they help us refine and polish a good deed. That's incredible. Said, "I don't want to lose, not this sweet good love. I don't want to lose your love, not this sweet good loving.
Wow.
That
Look,
was my word too. You beat me to it. It wows me still.
when you watch it yourself, all you can say is wow.
Wow.
So Bernadette, tell me, okay, now you teach at this school for autistic children, right?
No, as a matter of fact, I created since then. That was like I've
Okay.
begun teaching these kids like 8 years ago.
Okay.
Um, I have a nonprofit foundation called the Music Project,
Okay.
and different well-off people in the community decided to give me a place of my own to teach.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really different because out in the wine country and places like that, they have what's called a grange. That's where farmers, instead of a community center, they call it the grange,
Okay.
which pretty much explains the farm ranch experience. And some ranchers and farmers and attorneys and doctors decided that they were going to let me use the grange free of charge to teach the kids. So I've been there like 5 years now.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so every Saturday, well, it used to be every Saturday, but I'm overwhelmed. So it's every other Saturday
Okay.
now. I teach my young people.
Okay.
And so we began. And what I tried to do, Jan, is not to find out what their problem is or their illness or their disease or their sickness is,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to teach them like I'm feel sorry for them. I don't want
Right.
that to make me
You
treat
want it to
them
be a
any different.
natural happening. Okay.
I don't want to treat them any different.
Okay.
So, but I knew this, they couldn't talk.
Okay.
And like I said in the video, it began with them with the songs. And so what I also do is I let them pick their own songs. If
Okay.
you pick a song, your favorite song, I know who you are immediately,
Okay. I hear you. I hear you.
right?
I get you. Okay.
So the young man that you saw with the scar on his head
Right.
in the video, that's Marcus. Marcus picked Born to Be Wild.
Told you all you need to know about Marcus.
All I needed to know.
Okay. Okay.
He is amazing, but you couldn't understand a word he said.
Okay.
And Marcus can out sing me and you, Janice. He can barely stand up, and the words are a little garbled, just a little. But he's singing and proud. And the thing that I love about my program is that the kids initiate conversation now. They don't answer you, they ask you, how are you? What's your name?
Right. Wow.
I'm the best. I'm the bomb. That's what I always have told them. They're the bomb. Am I the bomb? I said, you the bomb. It has been unbelievable. And this, I taught them the same way that I sing. Remember, Jan, we used to have to sing 2 and 3 shows a night in Vegas. You can't do that without having some sort of technique.
Right. Right.
That you can rely on, that you're not standing up there just falling apart,
right,
singing 30 songs a night. That's a lot of songs.
That's a lot of songs.
So I learned a long time ago about the air coming through my body, and that my voice didn't come from my throat.
No.
My voice is an instrument. And so the air, just like you blow in a horn, hits every part of the inside of the horn. So then I took the pressure off my throat.
Right.
And then I realized that my jaw opening and shutting and being loose was the way to get the air to my lips. And then it was my lips and my tongue, just like a bell, that rang. What song can I say? You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. The words change shape, so your mouth must change shape to control the words. You can't go, you should let me love you. That's how a lot of people talk. It's not just people with disabilities.
Bernadette, let me say this. When I lived in Paris, the French people told me about how Americans speak. They said we only use our bottom lip. We do, whereas they use their whole face to speak.
Well, that is what is the basis of this program.
Yeah.
I teach vocal, I call them verbal exciters that excite the face. Pow, 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 pow. Your words should explode out of your mouth. So the pows, the does, which makes your head and face a bell, and the tongue, la. And if you can get, a lot of people, their tongue is stuck back here in their throat. They don't move it at all, which cuts off 50% of the sound.
Right.
And the air.
Right.
So the la teaches people how to put their tongue forward, because the tongue is connected with the back of the teeth. So if you're not using the tongue, there's no bell clapper. The bell can't ring.
Okay. Okay. I hear you.
And so I taught them how to quickly, like rappers. That's what rappers do. I can't rap anything that's clean, unfortunately.
Okay.
But when you can go,
No. Hotel, Holiday Inn.
And these kids now can go, and I taught them to let that face go, let that jaw go, let that tongue go, let them lips go.
Right. Right.
And once they realized that that's what it took, see, as a nation, we've done everything but teach our children to talk. We teach them to eat. We teach them to walk. We teach them everything, but we don't turn our babies around to us and let them see what's happening inside our mouths. So they say what they think they heard.
Right. Right. Okay. I
Like,
got
go to
you.
bed. What is go to bed? It's go to bed. And show that baby, go to bed.
Right.
And it's been so simple, but it's so profound. Profound enough for Microsoft to say, girl, I just sent them the presentation. I had a girlfriend that also had a nonprofit program going on at Microsoft. And she says, Bernadette, this is amazing. She says, why haven't you made a presentation? And I was like, okay, I will then. And the
Okay.
day after I sent it, they called me. Microsoft don't call you next day.
No.
The next
Yeah.
day, this is Federico Gomez Suarez is his name. Can you see that? Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Federico was my champion, and he was in charge of that part of Microsoft.
Okay.
And he came along beside me like a tree. He believed so hard. And at 37 years old, we still don't know why, probably something from the heart, Federico left us.
Oh, wow.
I text him, he texted me that morning. I text him back. I never heard anything. And that night they called me and told me that he had passed on. He was 37.
Wow. Is this during COVID?
No, right before, well, yeah, it was. Now I think about it.
Okay. Okay.
Was it? I think so.
Okay.
Because when I went to his memorial, I had a mask on. So it must have been everybody. It was one of the first occasions that all of Microsoft went to, that we all had masks on. So it either had just begun or it was right before. And his boss, the head of cybersecurity at Microsoft, said, this isn't getting ready to die, Bernadette. I'm going to take over.
Oh, wow.
Because I was so through, I just knew it was over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is going to be over. And he came, and the team that we had gotten together, there are 21 designers, developers, and technicians on my team. They come from all over the world. I call them my United Nations. China, India, Jamaica, California. I mean, just everybody.
Yeah.
And they've been with me every Wednesday. I didn't even meet most of them till after the pandemic because we could only meet online.
Right.
They've been here for 3 years, all of us. Nobody has left.
Wow. 3 years it's taken to do this.
Every
Yeah.
Wednesday.
It takes time to do projects like this. You know,
It's
you just
called
can't, it can't
perseverance.
be done overnight.
No. And it's still not totally, well, this is the good news I had to tell you last.
Okay.
And I didn't tell you. I haven't been invited by the superintendent of the Virginia Fairfax County School District.
Oh, wow.
One of the largest school
Yes,
districts
one of
in
the
the
largest.
nation.
Yeah.
148,000 kids to come next month and teach it to her and her neurodiversity specialists and children. And Microsoft and the Virginia County School District are paying for it.
Wow. What a
right?
blessing. Wow. Yes.
Wow.
What'd you say? Wow. Yes.
Seriously.
Wow.
And such a blessing that they believe in it. The superintendent of schools had been the superintendent of the school district here, and she let me come into the schools, not after school, during school,
During school. Okay.
and teach kids. And I would give concerts at the end, only they be inclusive concerts.
Okay.
So I'd have children with typical developing and children atypically developing
Okay.
together, and which taught compassion, which is where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
This app is for parents, siblings, caregivers, and teachers to teach their children themselves in the home
Okay.
where children are comfortable and relaxed. Where a little brother, instead of teaching your little brother a bad word, teach him this
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
with music, any music that they like.
So tell me how the music part of it works, Bern.
Okay. In every song, Jan, there's a metronome.
Right.
The metronome is the drummer. The
Right.
drummer, the hi-hat, that those cymbals that are on the left hand of the drummer, and they going,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and if it don't stop from the beginning of the song to the end of the song,
Right.
because it's five people playing together, and somebody's got to be in charge.
Okay.
Well, it's the metronome. The drummer is in
Right.
charge. Whether y'all, sorry, all you bass players and guitar players and stuff,
Yeah. You
but
know,
it's the
we
drummer
love
that.
our bass players.
Uh-huh. What you say?
I said we love our bass players.
Yeah, but they playing counter rhythm to that.
Right. Right.
So
The
I
metronome, for those that don't know, the
right,
metronome, you could start a metronome and it's kind of like a clock, a tick tock. That
exactly.
keeps the time. That's what the drummer does. The drummer keeps time. Okay. Go on, Miss Teacher.
All right. So that's what I started teaching them first.
Okay.
Okay, first I teach them to realize that the song is a story and you got to tell it
Son,
right. The song,
song is the story. Right.
the lyrics are a, a story, and you got to tell the story right
Right.
to bring people into it, to communicate.
Right.
So once I get them into reading it, I put that metronome on there and they have to read it to the metronome.
Right.
And I make them whisper, because if you whisper, if you talk about somebody, you're going to go,
Oh,
so
you're using your face more.
more. I
Oh,
mean, when you whispering, you are all the way down.
yeah.
Let me know. So that is, and to the metronome, because when you whisper, your words are shorter.
Okay. Okay.
And
Never
and
thought
people
about
with
that.
disabilities, and a lot of people run their whole sentence together. How you doing? What's your name? Where you live at? You want to go to movies? When it's actually, what's your name? Where do you live? It's the front two letters of the word.
Okay.
Once you've said the first two letters of the word, people know what you said already.
Okay.
How are you? What's your name? So I take the weight off them by allowing them to whisper and to have the metronome, and I speed it up on them. When they've gotten to it, we start a little slower than the record, and then I speed it up a little more. And my boys are singing Bye 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 by NSYNC. They're singing songs me and you can't sing.
Wow. And so how does the app work?
Okay. So there's an intro and there are lessons where I tell you pretty much what I just told you,
Okay.
only in shorter lesson chunks.
Okay.
And that's for the parents.
Okay.
Then in lesson 2, I teach the kids. And one of my technologists invented a mirrored video where they can match my mouth and record themselves matching my mouth as many times as they want so they can see, and they get points for, oh, and we got AI, artificial intelligence, picks up how close they were
Uh-huh.
and gives them points. And as they grow, we have like a vending machine that's being made, and it's got rhinestones, pearls, gold nuggets, whatever inside, and they can decorate their microphones. They can put their name on their microphones. They can
Wow.
decorate them. They can have wings on there, whatever they could imagine they
Yeah.
wanted to use on their microphone. Because Snoop and Mariah Carey and them, they got some of the baddest microphones you've ever seen.
Yeah. I've seen they've got some bad mics. Yeah.
So that's part of the gaming. But then I go on, we got like a tour bus, a cartoon tour bus, and I got a cartoon face, and I'm their road manager. And as they go from singing for their parents and grandparents,
Mm-hmm.
then they go to singing at school. Then they go to singing karaoke. But then they go in the recording studio and they record a hit. Then I take them on the road for real to stadiums, to Wembley Arena.
Wow.
And at the very end, they get a residency in Vegas.
Girl, hush up. Wow, Burn. That's the story. That's the journey.
Story about our careers.
Yeah, that's the journey.
That's why I took them. They even got a hairbrush in the beginning.
Oh,
Remember us singing in the
yeah,
hairbrush?
singing in the mirror with the hairbrush. Yeah. Wow. How
So I basically
beautiful.
just took them on a career along with us, Janice.
And the designers and developers, they took your idea, they took your life's work and made it into an app. And this
And
app teaches.
they listen to me.
Yeah, yeah. They listen to
That's
you.
what always blows me away. And they're proud of me because I can talk their technology jargon now after 3 years.
Oh, I guess so.
They give
Yeah.
me applause. They go, no, you don't get it.
Wow.
got it,
And
you
that had to
guys.
be exciting to you to know that when you picked it up, you picked it up. You not only just gave them the idea, but you can explain the idea of what happened.
Or they couldn't make it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
just
they
like
are,
when we
go ahead.
deal with when you tell a band how you want them, the mood of your song
Yes.
and the tempo and how you want it. That's just okay. Wow.
And then you tell the story. You should let me love you. So I teach them to say the words like you would say them to somebody, not just the straight across words.
Mhm.
You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Baby, true love and affection. Make me your connection. Show me the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me love you. And that's the way the music is intended. When you write a song, Janice, that's your secret. That's your heart.
Yeah.
Especially if you
Yeah.
dug deep enough to write a song about it. Every song is somebody's secret.
Right.
And that's what I teach them.
That's so funny, Bern. I wrote a song about secrets. It
See?
says, when you're in love, it's no secret. I know the secret of love. When you're in love, it's no secret. Secrets of love never keep. Never keep your love a secret.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Secrets
you're
of
right
love
there.
never
They
keep.
are. These songs are.
People always find out.
Huh?
I
What?
said, secrets of love never keep.
No, they never keep.
People always find
And
out.
now, look, you cause a lot of times people wear it on their face.
Ain't it
You
funny how
can't
the
wear
way
it
you
on your face.
feel
You wear it
shows
on your
on your
actions. When
face?
somebody comes in the room, you just can't keep still. And I say, "Oh Lord."
What's up with you, girl? But that's Earth, Wind, and Fire's secret. Ain't it funny how the way you feel shows on your face? And no matter how hard you try,
Right.
it states your case.
Yeah.
That's the
Absolutely.
lyric. That's why I always loved that song, because that lyric was profound. Good or bad, ain't it funny how the
Right.
way you feel
Right.
shows on your face?
This just makes me. I hear so many songs that are so profound in the story.
The lyric.
All in love is fair, Burn.
Love's a crazy game.
Yes. Two people bound to stay.
In love as one, they say.
I'm through with you.
Look, they say. That's why
Whoa,
Stevie
whoa,
is so
whoa,
bad.
whoa. Huh?
Steve actually took me and decided I was his first artist he signed.
Now I don't know if I was laughing over that, but
But I
you
want
said
to
you
tell you
talking
about
about
why that's so true.
no, but say that again. Who took you?
Stevie Wonder.
Okay,
You can
thank you.
Google me. I
I
don't
know,
like to talk about it.
but I just
Nobody,
wanted to make sure that
yeah.
that was heard, that you heard. Well, see, I also have wait a minute, hold on, Burn. I got something else for you.
Okay.
Did I put it up here or it wouldn't let me put it up? Oh,
Well,
okay.
baby.
I got to get rid of this one. Wait a minute. Let me take this one out. Let me take this one out and let me put this other one in. Okay, watch this, Burn. Share my screen.
Go ahead, girl. You technical yourself.
Look, I'm trying to work this thing. Hold on. Just let me go get what I'm looking for. Okay, there it is. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I want. I want that. And I want it to go back over here. And I want to go here. Wait a minute. I want to share. Hold on, Burn. Don't move. Let me go back here. Okay. I got that. Wait a minute. I got to get it, Burn. I got it up here. I just have to make it work. Okay. Okay. Okay, watch this. Okay. Into screen. Okay, Chrome tab. Okay. That's the wrong one. I can't make it work. Yes, it is. Is that it, Burn? Watch. I done lost you. Okay. And for some reason, I lost Bernadette. Well, I'm gonna keep talking because I'll find her. I'll get her back. That's a picture of Bernadette with Stevie Wonder, who who mentored her. Where did Bernadette go? Okay, I'm gonna take this out. Trying to show a picture and lost Bernadette. Okay, hold on, y'all, because I can't lose Bernadette. Okay. Okay. Hold on, folks. Burn, just go back in and go to your email and click back on. Did you hear me?
Yeah, what did you tell me?
I said I sent you another link so you can get back in. For some reason, you bumped off.
All right.
Okay, babe.
I think it might be me because I had a little
You had a
says,
glitch.
can't reach this page. Hold on. Because my lamp flashed on. It says I'm not connected to the internet. So can I take long enough to?
Yeah, I'll talk. Yeah, just go on and do your thing. I'll be right here waiting for you. I sent you a link. Okay, baby. Okay, so she had a little technical difficulty on her end. But are you hearing what this is about? This is an app that she created from her musical gifts that she used to teach children who cannot speak. Autistic children, some are not. They might have different reasons for why they don't speak. She made that kind of clear, that they're not just always autistic or I don't know if it's correct to say deaf mutes anymore, but that's what they is possibly the case. But now there is an app to help parents with children who do not speak or have problems speaking to speak. And they can learn how to speak through her app that she presented to Microsoft. And here she comes. And that's what I'm talking about. Shoot, they can't stop the show.
Oh, we have inclement weather, and I'm not sure if maybe the wind or something knocked it out for a second.
Okay, so I was just telling the audience about your gift, and I think you've done something that I admire. I I teach, but I'm more on the recreation side, and I'm more on I teach performing arts. I teach artist development. But what you're doing is that's a I say it's a God-given gift that you've taken your talent to use for the betterment of other people's lives that can't speak or can't sing, and then they begin to speak and they begin to sing.
Janice, God has been so very good
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Way before this. He
Oh,
brought me
okay.
through some hard times.
Yeah.
He helped me stand back and realize and get rid of all the people that I didn't need in my life anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
He helped me. You know, sometimes God will sequester you. That's what I call it, and
Okay.
isolate
Isolate you.
you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Same thing, being sequestered.
Yes. I hear you.
And get rid of everything.
And everybody that was of no benefit to you.
Right. And he did it. But I myself that I would only go so far down. And I stood up and came on with it. And I never talked about Stevie Wonder. I had already been with Stevie Wonder before I met my husband.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the things that you've already done. So you're not trying to ride on what you've already done. It was just a part of your life.
Radio stations at 15. The Butterball, the High Price Spread, Rockin' Robin. I was doing that when I was 14 and 15 years old at James Brown Station, WEBB in Baltimore, all the big radio stations. And I'd be the first voice they'd hear. The Golden Boy of Soul, Mr. B, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so this one, Rockin' Robin, was having his 20th anniversary or something. And he asked me to introduce him live like I did on the radio every day.
Right.
And Stevie Wonder was on the show. And we started to talk and we never stopped. We still ain't stopped. We liked each other, but I never told that brother I could sing. I never told him during those days. I never said, well, who's going to tell Stevie Wonder they can sing when they're 15?
Okay.
and he's standing right in front of you. Come on now.
Okay.
With his scary self. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and it's not even just his fame, it's his persona. It's him that makes you go, wow. Because you know he can sense everything.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
his little head be going like, he be hearing you, he be feeling you.
And he feeling you. Yeah.
And he touches my face and rub my face so he know how I look and my wrists, my arms. He just was amazing.
Yeah.
So I never said anything, but he taught me his voice lessons. He'd show me how to do them when I was 15. I never said a word. So up to uh, about 25 years later,
Okay.
I'm in Seattle.
Okay.
I've been in the People's Choice. The People's Choice brought me out of Baltimore at 18. My first show was the Apollo Theater with the People's Choice.
Okay.
Do it anyway. You wanna do it? Do it.
Okay.
You
Okay.
wanna? Okay, they had to ask my daddy. Okay,
Yeah.
but when we got to Seattle, it was so different. It wasn't that much civil rights
Unrest. Well,
problem
because it was kind of meshing. That was another one of the places. Seattle and Minnesota were very integrated. It
and
seems.
Portland and yeah,
Yeah.
this area up here.
Yeah.
So when I
Very
got here,
and progressive.
and progressive,
Very much so at that time,
eclectic,
back in the
people
day.
of
Yeah.
all looks, but all abilities.
Mm-hmm.
This is where Microsoft started. This is
Right.
where Costco came from. This is where Starbucks came from. This is
Right.
where Expedia came from. You name it, it started in Seattle.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't
Okay?
thought about that, Bern. That's
Yeah,
a
very eclectic. And I quit and stayed. And our next show was at the Whiskey in
the
LA. You
go-go.
know they was mad with my little young self, don't you? But they still loved me. They would write me letters and check on me. We was good. Because they
Okay.
was in their 40s. I was 19.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I got up here, I started singing and singing in the baddest bands up here. I mean, it was like Tower of Power with a girl. I had 11-piece horn band.
Oh, wow.
Ask Herman Brown about me.
Well, look, I was telling that what we talked about. I said when I moved to LA, I went to the Parisian Room
Woo!
when they had open mic night.
Was
And
that Marla Gibbs' place?
no, that wasn't Marla Gibbs' place at the time. The Parisian
Okay.
Room was just a well-known jazz spot on La Brea.
Right. Where
And
Sammy
La Brea
Davis
and
Jr.
Washington.
and them used to go.
Who?
Sammy Davis Jr. and them.
Yeah, it had that kind of mystique to it.
Right.
But that night, I went and I sat in, and then I sat in the audience and I listened to all the others. And then I heard this band play. The band needed a singer, and I was a singer that needed a band.
That was
Your,
just what
your,
happened to
your
me too.
Seattle homegrown contents under
Under
pressure.
pressure. They are my friends. I had no idea, Janice.
Yes, that was my very first band.
We call
Earl
them
Eston,
contents.
Herman Brown, Michael Brown.
The Brown boys.
The drummer's last name was Brown.
All the Brown boys.
Yeah.
That was a family.
And we played The Name of the Games. We did Imperial West. And just a lot of different spots in LA. Before, but I left them to go sing backup for Billy Paul.
That's what I'm talking about. That's worth going to leaving somebody. And that's what I wanted to do here. Kenny G is from here.
Okay.
Mix-a-Lot, Rob Cray, Ray Charles, Quincy Jones, Ernestine Anderson.
Wow.
I can go on. Everybody comes from here.
Wow.
Everybody.
Wow.
When I met Herman, you know what Herman told me?
What?
Bern, when you came, we had to get 3 singers. But I loved him so much with that. I played with him recently.
You know, I haven't seen them since I saw Michael. His name is Mikkel now.
Yes.
But I and I was on spoke to Earl SB on Facebook.
SB,
Yeah.
and his brother Joe.
But not Herman. See,
But
Herman
Herman is quiet and sweet,
he
Janet.
was so very quiet. Yes, he was.
He still is. I can't tell you 5 words Herman done said to me. And I'm standing right next to him.
Wow, that's funny.
He's just a very nice
things
person.
that you really don't know. And when we started talking, and I told you about the band, and you said, those are my friends. I know them.
They're my brothers. They're my brothers, because I was the only woman up here really singing.
Okay, I hear you.
So I never worked with any women.
Right.
And then so we went up. I had this big band called Epicenter, and we went up to Canada to play. And Stevie was at the Queen Victoria Theater with Shaka Khan.
Okay.
And his brother John, and me, John, and Stevie, we called each other the Three Musketeers.
Okay.
And I walk in the door, and I'm 25 years old now.
Oh, okay.
And John
is grown now, huh?
Yeah, John like 6'1", and I walk in the door, and he goes, "Bernadette," and I went, "Hi, John." He said, and we talked, and I said, "Could I see Steve?" He goes, "Well, why couldn't you see him?" He walks me in the dressing room. He says, "Steve is the Aries from Baltimore." Remember, that used to be Stevie's whole thing was astrology.
Right, with his Taurus self.
Yeah, the bull, and that's who he signed me to Black Bull.
Black Bull, his label. Yeah, wow.
But the problem is that he didn't really. You can't come from Motown and have your own label and not really know what you're doing.
Yeah, well, a lot of things. The old thoughts that they used to have about what you could and couldn't do. Even they've just kind of broken away from that because technology has taken you away from the big record company thing.
Yes.
Anyway.
Well, Stevie bought his own contract on his 21st birthday from Motown for $2 million. He bought his own freedom.
Oh, say he bought his own, huh?
And I was the first artist that he chose. And they came up here. I can never forget him getting out of the car with his people. And I got Mama on the phone. I'm standing in the front of the recording studio. And I said, "Mommy, he's here." I said, "Mommy, he's getting out the car." I said, "Mommy, walk into the door." I mean, it was like, I can't even tell you. Then he took the whole band to LA because we was having too much fun in Seattle.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do this.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's the story of me and Steve.
So let me say this, Bernadette. So when do you think the app's gonna be ready?
Well, the app is actually published because the teaching and the learning is already there because of me.
Okay.
What most people don't realize about apps is that they publish them and then they gather information about what's working and what's not.
Right.
And who's listening and who's not. And why.
So where do I go to tell somebody? I've got a couple of friends that may need to check out the app.
Good. Okay, so if you have an iPhone or an iPad, you go to the Apple Store and you put in Speak, SPEAK, with an exclamation point.
Okay.
And it'll come up.
Okay.
If you have an Android phone, you go to the Google Play Store.
Okay.
But not to games. You go to apps.
Okay.
And you put Speak, Bernadette Bascom, but the exclamation point, Speak, exclamation point, Bernadette Bascom, and it'll come right up. And you'll see it's an early access, y'all. It's not
hold on. Let me do this little banner thing so that my audience can see what they need to write down. Okay. I'm just gonna do SPEAK. Oops. I get rid of that. Okay. SVE. Okay.
Exclamation.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. I'm typing, y'all. So look. I hate it when my something messes up my typing. I have to type it over. Hold on.
That's okay.
Um,
It's so nice to be here with you, Jan. It's like visiting without having to get on an airplane.
there. Okay. Saved us a whole lot of money, didn't it?
Money and time.
Okay, wait a minute. I had caps. TTE. COM. Okay. Um, okay, so now I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this.
Do your thing.
I'm going to show it. You see it at the bottom? I just put the name.
That's for Google.
I didn't do both of them. I just do one because it just
Right.
loops around.
Right.
But they
But
do.
is that exclamation point there? Because if it's not,
Yes,
I see
ma'am.
it. Yes,
The
I see it.
exclamation point is there.
Okay.
Let me make sure. Yes.
You know, Microsoft paid for that. Do you know how many people wanted to use the name Speak? That's the power of Microsoft right there.
Okay, let me try to do this again. I'll show it. I tried to move it away from your name a little bit, but it's
Yes.
got it too close. But
Okay.
those they can go on iPad or they just gotta type speak.
Yes. With the exclamation point, though.
Exclamation point. Y'all heard that. Don't forget that exclamation point.
Y'all know what an exclamation point is. It's that thing that go right here with the dot under it. It's like this and a dot at the bottom. Some people don't know.
Some people don't know.
It's okay. That's what we're here for.
But Bernadette,
What?
so I need to see you soon. So
Yeah.
you're going back to you're
Virginia.
going to Virginia in when?
Well, they're thinking the 1st of April, which is my birthday,
When's your birthday?
April 3rd.
Okay.
And when's yours?
April 28th.
I knew you. Okay. Okay. Everything makes sense.
Yeah. Aries, Zibul, I am the Taurus.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we the good ones. Some of those
Yes.
March ones ain't so nice. The March Aries, they be like,
So Bern,
oh, what?
I'm not wishing you luck because you've just been blessed already.
I
You know,
know.
and I am
So excited.
so very happy for you.
I
And-
know why I
and-
did this interview.
What?
Because I knew you was really happy for me. And I'm really
Yeah.
happy for you, Jen.
Yeah, I am. I'm very proud of your work. That was an ingenious idea.
That was God.
That was God, all God.
He be whispering in my ear. I know what to do with each child. When I walk up on the child, my kids even notice it. They say, who you be talking to when you go, mm-hmm. But I swear, when I walk up on the kid, it's like, I know what to do. And I go, mm-hmm.
And it's got to be a really good feeling when you know you can help somebody.
Girl, I spent the Super Bowl teaching a baby how to talk.
You told me. Well, I'm gonna say it's dinner time, Bernadette.
Yeah, for me, well, it's 4:55 o'clock for us.
Right.
So it's about dinner time too here.
And
I
I'm
love
going
you.
to say bon appetit, darling. Je t'aime. I love you. Just let me know when things are happening and I can watch you on the internet.
Yes.
Just keep in touch with me so I know what's going on with you, and stay safe and be well. And I love you.
Remember, I love you too.
All right, sweetie. Take care of yourself.
I'll be in touch. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you soon.
All right. That's my girlfriend, Bernadette. Oh, it's a wonderful thing when your friends do great things. I'm just kind of touched by it all. I'm gonna go because I'm like Oprah. I can't do the ugly crowd on the internet, but I'm happy and I'm proud of her very much. And Bern, if you want to come back on, stay where you are. When I get finished, we're going to talk. But if you know somebody that needs these tools to help a child, or it could be help a grown-up. I mean, you know, you never know. So on the in the iStore, in the Apple Store, it's Speak exclamation point. And it's an app. It's not a game. It's an app. And in Android, you say Speak exclamation point. Her name is Bernadette Bascom, Bascom. If you need it, you can go get it. Help somebody. You know, like I'd say, help me, help you, help me, help you, help me, help you. You feel me? On that note, you know it's dinner time. I smell grilled chicken. I'm ready to get to it. Bon appetit. Have a fantastic evening. And this will play again on Friday, 7 p.m. God bless. Take care. Ooh, you're just making noise.